Be willing to marry a very handsome and loving morning light egg?
No, I wouldn't. Because I don't like very handsome ones. Well, being handsome might make me feel insecure, so I wouldn't want to. Because my parents wouldn't agree with me doing that.
I wouldn't want to.
Why not just...
Because what good is it if he loves her?
I won't want to.
Oh, why not?
Because I earn a lot.
I wouldn't want to either.
Why not, indeed?
Because people still need to be a bit realistic.
I really wouldn't want to.
Why not?
Too handsome.
Oh, really? Why not?
Oh. Love without material support is just like scattered sand.
Probably wouldn't want to.
Why not? Like...
Because he loves me a lot, but can't provide much materially. In the end, life wouldn't be happy.
I wouldn't want to. Because I eat a lot. I need to eat a lot of sweets every day. I wouldn't want to.
Why not, indeed?
Well, can we strive together as a team?
I guess so.
Wait, can you explain? Well, as long as you love me. Sure.
Why? Because all I need is to love her.
We will create a good life together.
The good, beautiful, and kind girl is soon getting married, and happy, joyful tears are streaming down, flowing from my eyes.
Would you perhaps marry a very poor but loving guy?
It depends on how poor.
There's a limit to poverty or something.
I don't think so, you know. It also is dependent on how we are together. If it comes to discussing marriage, I think such a relationship might not last very long, depending on the dynamics of our relationship.
Oh, there still needs to be a certain level of financial capability.
Yes. If he is ambitious, then that's another story.
It's another story.
Yes, that's another.
Oh.
I think being poor is not important. What matters is whether he is ambitious. Yes, it's not ambition, but, well, the desire to work hard for the two of us in the future, to make plans for the future, and then have...
The drive to work hard for the future.
Yes, yes.
No.
No.
It's better to be more realistic.
So, in your opinion, do you feel that having a certain economic foundation is truly enough? Or does one need to be very wealthy indeed in today's world in order to succeed?
Having a certain amount is enough. Just enough to eat and drink, to meet one's needs, and to buy whatever you want.
Meeting living needs, right?
Yes, no need to be very wealthy.
No need to be very wealthy, right?
Classmate, would you marry a very poor but very loving guy?
No.
Why not?
Well, I'm more realistic.
Classmate, would you perhaps marry a very poor but very loving guy?
No.
Why not?
Because I think I'm more materialistic.
Classmate, would you marry a very poor but very loving guy?
No.
Why not?
I like freedom.
Classmate, would you marry a very poor but very loving guy?
No.
Marry a very poor but very loving guy, perhaps?
It depends on the situation, like if he's perhaps handsome.
Would you indeed marry a very poor but very loving girl?
Yes.
Why do you really wonder?
Well, for me, if she absolutely loves me, then I definitely can't let her down.
Yes.
Why?
Because if I love her, I would definitely marry her.
Yes.
Why exactly?
Because I love her.
Yes, I can accept that. Probably yes.
I think I would.
Why?
Because she loves me after all.
Why do you think?
Love is truly priceless.
Would you marry someone you love very much but who is very poor?
I would have before, but not anymore.
Well, why?
Because I think in the past I might have wanted a love full of romance. But now everyone is very realistic.
Could you marry someone who loves you very much but is very poor?
No.
Why?
Loving me a lot is fine, we can date. But if they are really, really poor, like needing to use credit for breakfast, I think it would be very difficult to marry them.
Would you be willing to marry someone you love very much but is very poor?
Probably not, you know. I think if a person is very poor, they most likely don't have enough charm at all. So I wouldn't be with someone who has no future, in my opinion.
Are you willing to endure hardships with a guy?
I'm not willing because men aren't worth it. In this era, we don't need to rely on men.
Are you willing to endure hardships with a guy?
Not willing. Because life is meant to be enjoyed,
So why endure hardships with a man?
I feel I really can't accept that, because I think in today's world women are very realistic. If you don't have money, then why should I be with you just because you love me so much?
Would you endure hardships with a guy?
No, I wouldn't.
Why not? Indeed.
It's indeed really too hard.
I'm not planning to get married. I'm preparing to grow old alone. It's not my fault that I'm not getting married. If you want to blame someone, blame this era. I'm quite hopeless about this era. To be honest, I feel sad about it. There are so many older single women in Beijing, over 2.23 million, and many people say you should be able to find someone easily. Actually, it's quite the opposite. They are too outstanding, and I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm at the bottom of the marriage market in Beijing. No house within the 5th ring, no Beijing residency, no stable job. Height, 1.58 m. In Beijing, I'm just an ordinary guy. At 37, I feel like I've lost 10 years. It's all about working hard, and I've become a joke. I've actually come to accept my ordinariness and increasingly understand why older single women refuse to settle. Just like I understand my own poverty. I see many bloggers online complaining about older single women, saying things like they'll die alone if they don't marry, or that they can't have children as they age, and that they can't find someone to marry, and so on. No matter how much you criticize, older single women won't compromise on marriage because they are quite clear-headed, as the risks of marriage are too high now. In the past, marriage was considered a major life event. Now it's seen as a high-risk investment. In 2024, there were 6.1 million marriages nationwide, with 2.62 million divorce registrations. The national marriage rate has dropped by 20%, setting a new record, a 40-year low record. In 2024, the divorce rate for the first 3 quarters was about 41%, meaning out of every 100 registered marriages, 41 ended in divorce. It's terrifying. Really, the reason older single women don't get married is actually quite simple, just 3 reasons. The first one is they were hurt by a previous partner and no longer believe in love. The second one is enjoying freedom and not wanting to be tied down. The third one is having high standards for a partner, preferring to be single rather than settle. I asked an older single woman, and she told me the truth. She said she would rather grow old alone than find an older single man because they all have a certain smell. She said, "This smell isn't like body odor, nor is it the smell of smoke, alcohol, sweat, or a masculine scent." Of course, many older single men do have a smell, like not showering for 10 days and having a scruffy beard. They definitely have a smell. She mentioned that this smell is actually a kind of poverty-stricken scent. She said that men who have been lacking love for a long time have a sense of decay and negativity about them. When you walk close to him, you can smell an undeniable scent of disappointment on him. Secondly, men who have been lacking love for a long time also carry an inescapable scent of poverty. Lastly, men who have been lacking love for a long time also have a scent of inferiority. To sum up, these 3 scents are essentially the scent of disappointment, the scent of spiritual poverty, and the scent of inferiority and lack of confidence. In fact, I think what she said makes a lot of sense. She also said that childbirth is not a compulsory course for women. Thank you. Oh, in 2024, the number of single people in China was about 240 million. The unmarried rate of men aged 30 was close to 39%, and the unmarried rate of women aged 30 was close to 20%, has officially entered the era of super singles. In fact, many older single men and women do not get married. This is not their fault at all. If you want to blame someone, blame this era. Wynn's theory of evolution states that when the environment is not conducive to the survival of a species, the species will give up reproducing. Every era has its own hardships and challenges. If I don't get married, it's not my fault. Blame it on the times.